Hello, welcome back again. Just before we start, I hope you all enjoyed the new intro because personally I think it's fucking awesome. I promised that I'd start trying to keep the quality up on the channel, so that sort of invested in some lights, and obviously the intro makes it a little bit easier to watch. So I hope you enjoyed it. I've been working over the past week or so trying to get that sorted, so that's something I hope you enjoy. But let's get straight into it. This has been a little bit, how should we say, a sore subject to approach. I haven't been quite sure how to approach it, but I've come to the conclusion that brutal fucking honesty is the best policy, as in a lot of things in life are, but when it comes to this, something that is it's of a big importance to me, I think that's probably the best route to take. It's in regards to fads, it's in regards to bullshit advice, bullshit diets, bullshit reps of certain companies that over the past few years have become extremely well known. And I'm not sure if I'm going to get shot for fucking talking about companies that I may not be allowed to or not, but those Herbalife, Juice Plus, wankers, a lot of them, Forever Living, those types of companies. I'm going to talk today about the absolute bollocks they spread, the absolute importance of fighting against that, and the absolute importance of spreading proper knowledge and proper advice. For those who don't know, as a young, naive, money chasing teenager, I was involved in Herbalife. I was roped in from the idea of what that could provide, and as someone who has first-hand experienced Herbalife, it's all about money. That's all it was to me. I was told I could earn X, Y, Z. I could have this, I could have that, I could do what I wanted, I could work how I wanted. And as a naive, I fault of my own, as a naive teenager, I believed that and I bought into it. And which to now I regret. I put my name to something which I've come to learn is absolute disgrace, and it shouldn't be allowed to come under the heading of fitness and nutrition, because it's not. So get that out of the way before anyone feels the need to point that out. These companies, let's have it right, they market themselves as diets, and like I've said before, I'm not a massive fan of that word. I think diet promotes short term, diet promotes a finish date, diet promotes drastic change, and diet to me just, what should we say, it creates a negative response in a lot of people's brains. They go, oh, I'm on a fucking diet. And those companies market themselves as a diet and nutrition companies. First and foremost, there's so much to say. First and foremost, it's bollocks, because the majority of these people sat in a big audience, as I was years ago now, as I was being told, which is effectively a script. It's effectively saying, this is how you sell this, this is how you get these customers, this is how you do this and that. Not once was it, how do you tailor things to people, what the products were about, what the nutrition benefits, what the nutrition, how it was, what it was as a supplement, what it was as a diet aid, as it is. Oh, excuse me. It was constantly marketed as money, constantly marketed as a business, and that straight away should set alarm bells off to anyone. The people who class themselves as coaches, class themselves as representatives, are just script fed, they're taught what to say, they're taught how to sell. They're effectively sales reps. They don't know their arse from their elbow. Which it sounds brutal, it sounds harsh, but it's a fact. If someone comes to you and tries to sell you Herbalife or Juice Plus and say, oh yeah, for 3 days you have, I don't even appreciate it that much to even care about Juice Plus. You have these capsules and you fucking starve yourself, you eat fucking rabbit food, you're allowed such and such a food, then they don't know what they're talking about. And a surefire way, and I guarantee 95% of the time, if you want to test this hypothesis out, is next person who approaches you with Forever Living, with body wraps, with Herbalife, anything like that, ask them a simple question, ask them something, I throw a curveball at them. So I just throw them something that doesn't even have to be completely scientific, it doesn't even have to be that complicated. It can just be, okay, so how much protein should I be having in a day? What are my calorie goals? What if I want to lose weight? How much of a deficit should I be in? Ask something simple like that, with anyone who's worth their salt could say to you and explain to you what you're doing and why you're doing it. These people can't. You'll get a black and white answer. It's like getting an answer from a robot, which don't buy into. I absolutely beg you, do not buy into. These people do not care about your health. These people do not care about the long-term effects that could have with your relationship to your food. They don't care about the long-term effects it can have on your metabolism, your health, and amongst other things that are associated with those type of things. All they care about is the money. They might say, oh yeah, let's have some before and after pictures, and you might think, oh hang on, he cares, we're on a little bit of a... My nan, I'll put this in black and white, my nan, 82 years of age, could make someone who was 8, 9, 10 stone overweight lose weight by saying, you have that shake 3 times a day in one meal. And my nan doesn't know anything. She's a nan. That shows you how simplistic that is. That's just mathematics. Simple. They're nothing, they don't know anything. So please be wary of that, and please just understand that these people aren't out to help. These people are sheep who have been force-fed information that they don't even fucking understand. They don't have enough about them to question. They don't understand. And that's a little bit of a tangent. I don't want to rant and make this a personal attack, because it's not. I just think for the greater good, people need to be more aware of what these people do. There's basically the market, and they market really well as companies. As a the aim of a company is to what? Provide a service, product, make money. They do both, and they do very well at both. Morally right? I don't know. Well, I do know. But as a business it works, so it's a clever marketing strategy by them. But that being said, there's so much more than can be said for knowledge, for education. Someone who can come and tell you to drink X, Y or Z, or you need these tablets, when they don't know why. The long-term effects that can have on functions in your body, in your weight, in your relationship to food, more importantly, is absolutely massive. These people, you might do Herbalife, you might do Juice Plus, and you might lose £9 in a week, and you go, yeah, £9. And I'd bet my house £9 is not fat. I tell you that for a fact. £9 is water. £9 is more often depletion. Because if you cut which it is, it's a drastically cut calorie intake, your body's just you're gonna hold no water, you're gonna hold no glycogen at all. So you will lose weight, but it's not weight that you want to lose. Weight loss and fat loss is a completely different thing, which people don't understand. A number on a scale is not always what you should go by. A number on the scale could be a lot of different things. Fat loss includes a normal food. It's a longer thing. It's a process. It's not a quick fix. Why does everyone want a bastard quick fix? What's more important in your health? What's more important in your well-being? It's not just, oh, I'm a bit fat, I want to trimmed down, or I'm going on holiday in 3 weeks and I've left it late. What do? Shit, panic. It's more important than that. So if you don't take your health seriously, if you don't take personal responsibility for what you're putting in your mouth and for what you're letting people do, then it's just as much down to yourself to go and find out. There's so many resources out there. It baffles me. There's so many resources, free resources. The internet, you can find anything and everything you want. Go and teach yourself. Go and learn from people who know. Go and watch videos. Go and read a book. Go and educate yourself so you don't have to rely on these people, and you can adapt to your life without paying fortunes and fortunes out to these fucking idiots who don't know what they're doing. Long term, for an example, long term, tell you for a fact what happens. How many people do you know who have gone on a diet, gone to fucking Weight Watchers, gone to whatever, sin food, red food, fucking purple food, bullshit food, and they go, oh, I've lost a stone and a half in 6 weeks. Brilliant. They stop. They think that's done. That's 6 weeks later. Not even that. Their body will catapult, and I'll guarantee this, string right back up to where they were, if not worse. And what's happened there? All we've done is deplete your body, potentially damage your body by crash dieting, which is the last thing you want to do. And do you know any better? Have you learned anything from that process? No. So the money and the time you've invested in doing that, you could put towards a better use. The damage that can do to your metabolism by drastically cutting your calories like that, it takes a long time to. Your metabolism is a very important tool, but damaged and slowed down to a point where any food you're gonna react. It takes a long time and in certain methods to rebuild that and to get you back into a normal state. But do those people know that? Do those people understand that? No, all they want is them getting paid and for it to look like they're miracle workers. If you don't take anything more from this video than this, your health is so fucking important. Please do not leave it in the hands of someone who is absolutely unequipped and unqualified to fucking help properly. Yeah, you may lose a stone, you may lose 2 stone, you may lose 3, 4, 5 stone, but you need to learn. You need to learn how to make that your life. You need to. It's frustrating because it happened. We're in 2016 and there's still people making a fucking living. There's still people taking advantage of people who don't know any better, and it pisses me off. For the price that you could pay for one of these, whatever, courses, for one of these detoxes. Detox is the biggest bullshit word. Your kidneys and your liver, there's your detox. It's your built-in own detox. There you go. That does it enough. That your body is more clever and more efficient than anything you can put in it. By detox teas, by 3-day juice diets. It's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. In the long term, not just that, relationships with food and the mental pressures and the mental states that can force people into is scary, absolutely scary. For those who don't understand what I mean by your relationship with food, there's people who get terrified of food. There's people who've been absolutely brainwashed to believe that you can't eat out, you can't eat a fucking cake, you can't eat a burger because it's bad. You can't eat that, you can only have these shakes and these little fucking capsules of bollocks and lies. Otherwise I'll get fat, and suddenly your fucking social life's gone. Suddenly you've made something that's so primal, something that's so instinctive and something that's so important, something that without you wouldn't exist. If you didn't eat, you would not exist. it's become such a mental block, it's become such an issue, and it makes people ill. If you create such a bad relationship with food, that sometimes that can be beyond, it can't be fixed sometimes. Some people get that bad and they're so stuck in the ways, and they're so, oh, that's right, that's wrong, because there's fucking idiots walking around that haven't got a clue. It's the blind leading the blind. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know enough, if anything, to have the authority to try and control something as important as your health. So please, I absolutely beg you, don't give these people money. Don't rely on that. And I appreciate that I appreciate how see, I'm getting worked up. I can't even speak. I can appreciate how attractive someone saying, right, you're coming on holiday next week, do you fancy 5-day juice diet? Please fight the urge, because long term you'll do yourself more damage, and you'll continue to reach for that as a tool instead of teaching your proper practices and learning and developing yourself to live a happy, healthy life without having to pay hand over fist and for things that are just short, quick fixes for something that is a long-term importance. You wouldn't, you're in your house, your pipes burst, pissing everywhere. You're gonna have no hot water, no heating, middle of winter. What are you gonna do? Put a plaster over it and hope that it fixes it, which it might, you know, to quell the water for a little bit. And then again, so you just do it again. Would you do that? No, you get it fixed because it's important. It's necessity. It's an absolute. It's so important. It keeps you warm. It's so why is your fucking health any different? It shouldn't be. We're all here to live as healthy and as happy and as long as we can. So don't be scammed, and don't be. I'm quite happy to anyone who's ever got any questions, anyone who's ever got a problem, anyone who's tempted to hand over hundreds of pounds to people for something they don't even fucking understand. I'd quite happy sit there all day on Skype and email, whatever, to help people free for absolutely no money at all, just through the passion of don't help and say, I'll sit there and I'll explain things and I'll put you in the right direction, I'll help, but please just think twice about things like this. But we're just going to look so contradictory at the minute. Herbalife supplements, i.e., which we've all seen, the shakes, Formula 1, which whatever they dress them up as, whatever they're boxed and labelled as, supplements. So they're essentially a protein shake, which as a supplement and as a product, absolutely individual, that's fine. If you want to include some of their protein bars, some of their supplements, some of their shakes into your diet, that's fine. Because it's no different to any other supplement, there's no different to any other protein shake. If you want to incorporate that into your diet properly, but not solely rely on that, and not solely rely on that as an answer, that's fine. I've used it myself, but it's not an answer, it's not a long-term solution. Supplementation, like I've said before, supplementation runs alongside to aid, runs alongside to help and to supplement your diet and your nutrition, not replace. So please, 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 just care about yourself enough to not be roped in and to not buy into the bollocks, which is absolutely plentiful. But I genuinely beg you, please try not to. Anyway, sweat. I apologise, it's a very touchy subject to me, and I've got a huge passion and a drive to try and help people. So, and I hope that comes through and I don't just sound like a fucking lunatic. Anyway, in the future, talking on relationships with food, I've got my very close friend, if he doesn't know already, he's had without touching on it too much, he's had quite a few problems with food, and he's created a bit of a bad relationship and a bad approach through many different reasons. And I'm going to try and get him in, and I'm going to try and sit down and talk with him in an interview type style, but just as two mates chatting, and just give you a first-hand view on what somebody who's actually developed an eating disorder, which, let's have it right, eating disorders aren't always bulimia and anorexia. It's not. Eating disorder is something where eating and your relationship and your attitude towards food creates a bad effect on your life. That's an eating disorder. You don't have to be bulimic, you don't have to be anorexic. But I'm going to get him in, we're going to have a chat, and I'm going to give you the first-hand experience on what that's like and what it can be like to someone's life, and how absolutely easy it is to happen. So I genuinely hope you enjoy that. So if anyone has got any questions, then please don't hesitate. My email is below, I'll put that down below. So again, apologies for the rant, and I hope you look forward to the videos in the future, especially the one I've just talked about. So thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please, you'll be doing me a massive favour to just bang a like on the video, share the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I'm promising to always bring honest, quality content to the channel, and I'll always be as truthful and as helpful to you guys as I can be. So, and again, thanks for always watching, and I appreciate your support. So see you later, guys.